Hi, in this video I'm going to explain to you the concept of contours within SharpCam. Now, a contour is a generic term for a connected series of lines and or arcs. So let me demonstrate this to you. If I choose the line command, I'm just going to draw a random line now. So this line is actually a contour and it consists of one line. Now, the contour can consist of lines and or arcs, and we use the term element as a generic description for a line or an arc. So there's no limit to the number of elements that can be contained within the contour. So it can be from 1 through to all the elements on the drawing. And so therefore we have to have the concept of connection. So let me demonstrate this to you. If I draw a line whose endpoint coincides with the end of the previous line, we would need to connect these two lines together if we wanted to actually machine them. So connection is similar to what you might be familiar with in other CAD systems of chaining, where you'd have to chain the geometry, as it's called in other systems, as you go to machine it. What that will do is it steps around and tries to find adjacent pieces of geometry, and then the problem occurs only as if we have an ambiguity here. So if we were coming along here, which way would I go? Well, in SharpCam we actually resolve the ambiguity first by connecting in the desired fashion. So in this instance I would select this line and then choose the connect command. And now I can go ahead and delete this line. Now we can see here, these two are connected. We can tell they're connected because at the end of the contour, which has two lines, we've got a purple dot. This is a connection marker. And purple signifies the ends of an open contour. Whereas if it was a closed contour, if that point matched that, then it would be orange in colour. And by the way, you can change the colours under the options dialog box if you want, but these are the defaults we're dealing with here. So you can instantly tell whether it's open or closed, and that's important because when you're pocketing, you can only pocket closed contours, and when you're profiling, there's a conceptual difference between open and closed, which you can see in some of the accompanying videos. So let's go ahead and create a closed contour, and we could perhaps use the lines command. This is slightly different to the line command which you first saw, in that as you draw, it's just connecting as it goes. And if I actually make the end of this contour coincident with the start, it will automatically close and is now wanting the start again of the next series of lines. And as you can see, we have the the orange connection marker to indicate that this is the start stroke end point of a closed contour. Now the connection markers also serve to help you identify hidden lines. So for example, let me just draw a line with the line command that's directly on top of this line here. So as you can see, we can instantly tell that there's a line on top of a line. Now SharpCam will try and filter out lines on top of lines when you're machining, but that's not an ideal situation. And when you're importing data from other CAD systems, then this is a very common scenario, to be honest. Now the connection markers can be turned off if you want. So if we look up here, we've got the connection markers button. So at the moment it's depressed, so it's active. If I click it now, you can see that it's turned the connection markers off. I'd recommend that you leave them on, but if it's a really busy drawing, then sometimes you might want to turn them off so you can see more clearly. I'd like to show you now a little bit more on the actual connecting of contours. So let me open a DXF file that I've got on the desktop. Just choose a type DXF, choose this take the test DXF file, which you may have seen on one of the other videos. Now if I turn on the connection markers now, that's pretty busy, so that may be a good example of where you might not want it on. But for this example, I'm going to leave the connection markers on, and let's just zoom in now on, for instance, this letter A here. So as you can see, this letter A is made up of lots of series of open contours, and each one's a single element. So to connect this up, what we need to do is you need to select what you want to connect. So let's just do a couple of letters here. Let's just do that A and the T. And then I can just choose the connect command. As you can see, it's only connected what was selected. But do you know what? The simplest way of normally connecting is just to select everything. It doesn't matter that the T and the A that we've just connected already selected. It only connects what when the endpoints of the elements are actually within a specified tolerance. And just out of interest, you can set the tolerance here under the general node of the options dialog box, connect elements within. This will typically be suitable for all your requirements, but you can change that if you want. So I've got everything selected that I want to connect, and then I can just choose the connect command, and that will now go off and connect what it can. And there we go. And as you can see, that the fact that the A and the T were already selected didn't cause any additional problems. I'd like to show you two other commands relating to contours. If we look on the modify toolbar, we have split contour. So what this does, as the name implies, it will split a contour or break a contour up. So let's have a look at that. I'm going to zoom in on the S here, and then choose the split contour command. And what this will literally do, now it's important to understand that the snapping is now active. So because we're in multi-snap, it's looking for all the points available on these elements. So as it stands, for instance, if I was to click there, it's going to split that contour at the end point of that line. So let me left click the mouse now. And you can see, so this contour now is clearly changed into an open one. So if I zoom all, that obviously was the start point, so that's now it's now being broken into two contours, two open ones. I might want to split it there as well, so now effectively it's back to the original line. So that's breaking at the ends of the previously open contours that were connected. But you know, if I was to click there, that will now break it in two in the middle. So you can see we've now broken it up even more. And we could also use the closest snap in here. Then this will be actually wherever I click now with the mouse, it's just going to break it anywhere. So that's now, we're really now breaking up into lots of little pieces here. So sometimes you choose the select all command and connect everything. But if there was an ambiguity where more than one endpoint of an element's met, say two or three elements met at the same point, it may have gone off in the wrong direction, because the order that it connects in is the order that the contours were created in or imported in, so it might not have been right. So you may need to go back in and break, sort of split the contour and then reconnect up in the desired order. The last command I'd like to show you is the explode command. So let me just zoom all. The explode command is just down here. So this will just break or split a contour up into its constituent elements, i.e. what it was before it was connected. So if I was to, and let's choose a select, let's zoom in on this letter H here. So let me select that and then go explode. As you can see, it's now broken back up into what it was before it was connected. And we could choose select all and then explode everything, and that's now back to how it was when we first opened the DXF file. If you want to find out the information about a specific element, then we have a command called properties, which is just on the bottom of the draw toolbar, or we could choose the tools menu and choose properties. For instance, if I was to click this arc here, then we are given all the information about the arc, as you can see, all the details here. And that's the name of the contour that arc is contained within, and so that's the number of elements in the parent contour. So there are actually 370 elements in total, all connected obviously in this outside contour. So that's the end of this video. Hopefully you understand the concept of contours now within SharpCam. Thank you.